My vision of teaching and learning has matured over these past few months, from when I had walked in from the very first day to now as I enter my last practicum. There has been a lot that I've learned in terms of my pedagogy of how, as a teacher, I should be within the classroom, and how it's important to know your students, and more importantly, how we assess our students, providing that variety. And just looking at how, as teachers, we're not just a teacher who walks into a classroom and teaches at the front of the classroom, but that there's more than just the understanding of that one person within the classroom. It's really, at the end of the day, a collaborative learning experience. And when looking back at the Achieving Excellence document, I learned that a child's success should not primarily be on the focus of today or tomorrow. It should also be in the success of yesterday. As it stated, achieving excellence builds on the success of the past and set ambitious new goals for the future. So we as teachers should always understand that students should not be just judged based on the success of what they do for today. It should also look at what they have done even in the past. And even looking back at the teaching, the way we aspire to teach now and in the future document, we understand that the now and future lifestyle of a teacher is very important, and that as we are progressing to become future teachers, there are various opportunities for students to learn and explore and engage. And even though even in this article they say that there hasn't been a lot of opportunities for teachers to produce their vision, there are opportunities for us future teachers to be able to show that. And I think we should demonstrate that learning to allow students to be able to learn and explore and engage in their learning. And looking back at the shared Learning for All document, where it talks about the shared beliefs, it's important that we envision the concept that all students can succeed, and that each student is unique and may learn differently, and that we should approach instructions using different methods like the UDL or DL when teaching. And of course, before beginning this program, I would not have been aware of the various methods that were out there. When I begin my teaching, my first goal within the classroom is to create a positive climate and to integrate the concept of inclusivity for my students. Just one of the very pictures that always reaches out to me is to really look at classroom as being more of an equity, and even looking back at our ethical standards for the teaching profession. It's important that we also provide that equity for our students, so that way when we begin to teach about the Aboriginal culture, for instance, students are able to transition easily to understand why it's important that we give our respect to this type of culture. The second goal is incorporating the use of technology, whether it's coding or other programs that we as teachers were exposed to. I would make sure students get the opportunity to explore these options, and in hopes that I can build a positive relationship with parents. I hope that I would be able to implement these lessons, and parents will be on board and can understand why, as a teacher, I would want to use technology within my classroom. The third goal is to provide opportunity to give students a voice. As mentioned in the Every Kid Needs a Champion TED Talk, it's important as teachers that we believe in the fact that all students can be a champion, and in that case, I want to provide my students the opportunity to voice themselves through any means of assessment. So it's important that I don't just bring a test to a classroom, that I bring other methods that students can also learn from. And just going back, we always have to reflect on our ethical standards of care, providing respect, trust, and integrity to our students.